Friends, the story that I am going to tell you today is based on a true incident that happened to the younger brother of my best friend. The boy's name was Eric. Eric was a good-mannered boy with handsome looks and reasonable height. He was fond of watching scary movies with his friends, but personally, he did not believe in ghosts. He thought that these are only stories made up to scare people. These things do not exist in reality. Whenever any of his friends tell him a ghostly incident, he makes fun of him. Once Eric went to the cinema with his friends and watched the late-night show. The cinema was a bit away from their town. After the movie, all the friends came out of the cinema and went towards their bikes. They had only gone a little further when a friend said,
"Dude, the road is completely empty. There is no traffic. Let's race to see who reaches the town first."
After hearing this, the rest of the friends said, "Let's see who reaches first." Everyone accelerated their bikes and disappeared in the mist. Eric slowed down his bike because Eric was shivering. There was so much cold outside. Whole road was empty, and he was going alone on that road. Only one car passed by him while driving in the dark. There was so quiet that Eric could not hear the sound of anyone except the sound of his bike. Suddenly, he saw a turn and stopped there. It was a shortcut road. This road was known as the Bamboo Road because there were huge bamboo trees on both sides of this road. Eric thought that if he go through the bamboo road, he will reach the town before his friends. But at the same time, he was a bit nervous deep down because this road was known for strange occurrences. There were also rumors that whoever passes through this road after 10, something must happen to him. There was no population on either side of this road, only some jungle-like bushes and bamboo trees at a distance. There was an old school on one side, but that was abandoned years ago. It was late night around 1 a.m. He slowly started moving forward while driving the bike. The fog was even more on this road. Eric could only see a little in the light of the bike. Eric was driving on the side of the road, but he could not see the front clearly because of the fog. He completely reduced the speed of the bike and went a little further and turned the light of the bike towards something he saw. He saw a very beautiful and attractive woman in a white dress, standing there alone in the dark. Eric thought it's 1 a.m. and what is the woman doing here at this time? He also thought it can be a woman who is associated with robbers who robs people under the pretext of taking a lift. Maybe her companions are hiding around here. He still decided to stop the bike and asked her from a distance.
"Who are you?"
She didn't give any answer. Eric thought maybe she didn't hear his voice. He took the bike 4 steps further and then said in a loud voice,
"Who are you and what are you doing here?"
But again, she didn't answer. Now Eric was getting a little worried because he was thinking that her not answering him must mean something wrong. And he was also looking around to see if there was something wrong. He said loudly for the last time,
"Look, if you still don't answer, then I am going."
Then she suddenly started saying,
"I am in a lot of trouble. Me and my husband were returning from my relative's wedding ceremony when suddenly our car gas got out. We decided to walk towards the gas station, but while walking, I got tired, so my husband left me to wait here. It's been 3 hours I have been standing here and my husband has not returned yet. I am very afraid that I am alone in this deserted place."
Hearing her words, Eric felt pity in his heart, and he got off the bike and went towards her and said her to don't worry and asked her to tell him where her husband has gone. The woman pointed towards a location. Eric asked her to sit with him. The woman smiled and sat on the bike, and they were on their way. But strangely, Eric suddenly felt a very cold breeze on his entire body. On the way, the lady kept quiet. Eric started talking and told her about himself, his life, his family and friends, where he lives, and today he was going back to home after a movie with friends. But she sat quietly listening to his words, but she did not speak. Eric continued to drive the bike in silence, and after a while he asked her name. But she didn't give any answer. He again kept talking to her while looking ahead, but she didn't talk to him again. Now Eric was getting angry. He was thinking she seems to be proud too much about her beauty and ignoring him. Then he said,
Look, I don't know why you are not responding to me, but talk something. It looks like I am talking to myself. Say something.
Right after Eric said these words, someone told him angrily in a terrible voice,
Keep looking ahead and drive, otherwise you will regret it.
Eric was shocked and got scared. He didn't look back, kept driving the bike. After a while, he noticed that the road is not ending, and the bike was still very slow while he was driving it with full speed gear. He started to panic because he was not even halfway down the road, while the entire road was only 2 kilometers. He was trying to push the bike all the way when he heard a loud breathing sound from behind. It was like someone was breathing fast right next to his ear. He started feeling that there was no woman with him, but something else. Meanwhile, this woman put her hand on his shoulder, and suddenly his whole body shivered. He got frightened when he looked over his shoulder. A strange black hand with large pointed nails appeared while terrible laughter started coming from behind. That laughter was so loud that the sound of his bike was also drowned out. Suddenly the bike stopped. Then the woman, or whatever it was, put the other hand on his other shoulder from behind. Eric started shaking with fear and fell down. He saw the woman's face. It was a very horrible-looking woman, completely black, but she had big glowing eyes which were bright like a light in the night. His whole body became completely cold and he immediately fainted. 2 days later, he found himself on the hospital bed with very high fever. He didn't tell anyone about the incident. A month later, he told his sister what happened to him. He was found dead on his bed the same night he told his sister. May he rest in peace. Friends, if you liked the story, post your comments and share the video. Thanks.